It was Christmas Eve, the air thick with the scent of pine and the hum of cheerful carollers. But behind closed doors in one quiet neighborhood, a shadowy tradition was unfolding. Fathers gathered under the guise of holiday cheer, clutching envelopes of Christmas money. What they exchanged wasn't just cash, it was something far more sinister. A secret that shaped their children's futures. And tonight, one father was about to discover the truth. For decades, the men of this small town had gathered in secret every Christmas Eve. They called it the exchange. Each man brought an envelope filled with money, but the real purpose of this meeting was far more extraordinary. The money wasn't for their children's gifts, it was for the unseen forces that governed their destinies. According to the rules, each man drew another's envelope at random. In doing so, they believed they were swapping not just the cash but the very paths their children would walk in life. A promising athlete could trade places with a struggling artist. A child destined for wealth might inherit hardship instead. It was a gamble, a game of fate, and an unspoken rule of the town. No one talked about it except among themselves. And if you were a father, you were expected to play. But this year, things were different. One father, Daniel, had discovered the truth, and he wasn't sure he could go through with it. Daniel sat in his car, the envelope heavy in his hands. He'd always thought the stories were just rumors, ghost tales passed down by the older men. But when he stumbled upon a forgotten journal in his late father's belongings, he learned otherwise. The exchange was real. And now, it was his turn to join. Daniel thought about his son, Liam, a bright-eyed 10-year-old with dreams of becoming an astronaut. What if this exchange robbed him of that dream? What if another father's desperate gamble redirected Liam's destiny to something darker? As he entered the room, the air was thick with unspoken tension. The men greeted him with nods, their eyes betraying years of silent agreement. The ritual began. One by one, envelopes were placed in a weathered oak box. When it was Daniel's turn, his hands trembled. Should he drop his envelope in, or walk away, shattering the fragile tradition? Then, a voice broke the silence. "You hesitating, Daniel?" It was Mark, the group's unofficial leader. His piercing gaze seemed to dare Daniel to defy generations of tradition. But Daniel's mind was racing. Could he break the cycle without exposing his family to the wrath of the town? Daniel made his decision. With a deep breath, he placed the envelope into the box. The room exhaled, the tension lifting. But as the final man reached into the box to redistribute the envelopes, Daniel acted. "Wait," he said firmly. The room froze. "I know what this is. And I won't be a part of it anymore." Murmurs spread through the room, but Daniel stood his ground. "What are we teaching our kids? That their futures aren't theirs to shape. That we can gamble their lives like poker chips. I won't do it. And neither should you." For a moment, the room was silent. Then, to Daniel's surprise, another man stepped forward. "He's right," the man said, his voice shaky. This has gone on long enough." One by one, others joined in, until the tradition collapsed under the weight of their collective guilt. The envelopes were destroyed, the money returned to its rightful owners. And as Daniel walked out into the crisp Christmas night, he felt a weight lift from his shoulders. The exchange was over. But the ripple effect of that night would last for generations, a Christmas gift greater than any money could buy. What would you do if you were in Daniel's shoes? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who loves a good holiday twist.